Hello and welcome to your Astrological Vibrations for Saturday, March 10th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture my yin flow. And that is important because we do have to remember the worth of the yin, the worth of the process of flow, the worth of nurturing our personal energy fields. And there may be some energies that kind of have us going into, I have to do the things. We have the moon shifting into Capricorn. And so the moon shifting into Capricorn can tune us emotionally into the societal reward system. I will be rewarded if I do all the things. And we're in the process of shifting that. Between Pluto moving through Capricorn with Saturn working in Capricorn, we're working to shift that reward system to the reward being responsible to our personal soul, to our personal purpose path. But still, you know, society, that's where we've been trained to be attuned to that reward system. So there may be a little shift today. Wait, what is my flow versus what is being asked of me from outside of me? Is there alignment? If there's not alignment, I go to the alignment within myself first. I nurture my yin flow. Maybe that should be the energy mantra. With that moon in Capricorn, we also have some energies in Aries. They are squaring the Capricorn energy, so square resistance. But even the Aries energy is also like, go, do, action. So between the Capricorn and that, we have this strong, almost yang feeling to the day. That was the kind of first thing that I saw when I looked at the chart. It was like, oh, there's going to be the yang essence of I have to do it and I have to get it done. Sure, do it. Get it done, but do it in your own flow. Find your alignment to do it, be it by, because that's where you break those old chains. Wait, I have that, don't I? Oh yeah. That's where you break those old chains and you have a personal breakthrough so that you can be your own personal authority. All right, so let's get into these transits. We have the moon in Capricorn. Like I mentioned, the moon is shifting really early in the day, like early in the morning. It shifts at 1:52 a.m. Pacific time. So early shift into moon in Capricorn, and the moon is making most of the connections through the day. The moon is connecting via square to Venus, the moon is connecting via square to Mercury, and the moon is conjunct Saturn. Now, interestingly, Mercury is also going to be squaring Saturn. That moon square Saturn, the sun conjunct Saturn, and Mercury square Saturn energies, all of those are happening at 7, which is that degree of honoring your divine flow. So even though the emotional reward system is connecting to Saturn, the taskmaster, what you will find is that the satisfaction, the reward will come from you honoring yourself. I have a Danielle Laporte card sitting somewhere in my room around here, and it says basically that your fulfillment, which I think fulfillment is the reward we ultimately all do want. We want to live fulfilled lives. Your fulfillment stems from your motives. What is your motive? What is your motivation? Is your motivation to fulfill your purpose, or is your motivation to look good in the world? It's really gonna help you shift your flow to get very clear in that energy. And that's part of that Mercury and Aries energy. What is your mental motivation that is driving you forward? Find your personal flow in that, and that's going to be a really big shift for you. And that will help you get into the purposefulness of that energy, and that will feel satisfying. That will feel like the reward you're ultimately looking for. It's nice to get pats on the back from outside yourself, but if it's not from doing something that's in alignment with your soul, it's always going to feel off. Even if you still are in that energy of like, yes, praise, still going to feel off. Some part of you is going to be like, but hello, but me. And I think that's kind of what we're addressing with the moon square Venus energy. That's 4 degrees. There's a little bit of that shakeup. And Venus in Aries is like, I've got to be true to me. I've got to know the worth of myself. I've got to really honor, love myself, taking action for and of myself in this relationship with myself. And again, that moon in Capricorn, it may give you that square, it may give you that resistance from society, from outside of yourself. But if you can keep coming back to what's my purpose, what is my motivation in and through this, what is my purposeful motivation in and through this, and go back into your yin flow, you're going to find your way through this. That being said, the squares and the conjunction with Saturn, this could be a challenging day, but I think the challenge is going to be, are you going to take the path that you've walked many times of satisfying the world, looking for that praise and reward for outside of yourself, or are you going to take the path less traveled, the one that really does honor yourself, breaking through old paradigms, becoming your own authority. This is in reverse because there's still this authority outside of ourselves, but the breakthrough is coming. Now, the other cards I have, to me, really do speak of the yin process of patience. It's one of the things we expect it done now. We want it done now. And the process of the world is this process of beautiful unfolding, just like a flower blooming. So you really do have to let the process form from the nothingness, from the divine chaos, from source energy. These to me are very positive cards, like, hey, look, from nothingness into, into conception, into being birthed in due timing. Your work is breaking through your chains. And the final card, the friendly universe. Realizing that these things that are happening for you, and it is a friendly universe. Keeping that in the back of your mind, even when you're going through stuff, it can help. It can help you get through. All right, so the cards from Miracles Now. I can release ancient pain simply by feeling it. Again, the process of the yin, the process of nurturing. I think a lot of our ancient pain has to do with not honoring ourselves, with following the more well-walked path of like, let me fit into society standards. And I think there's a lot of pain from those times when we may have walked the path the other way. And so it may be about like, hey, you're going to be okay. You're going to be safe walking this other path. I can change my patterns when I change my mind about them. That mental focus. Your motivation stems, or your fulfillment stems from your motivation. I love that card so much. All right, let's finish up with the Rumi. I love this. The impossible made possible. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of heavens? No. So then why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible? Indeed, manifest in shining glory upon the earth. The human heart knows everything in vision can manifest according to divine timing and grace. Yet the mind does quake with fear, so much that it will not listen to the heart at times. That fear is a childlike nightmare, that you should offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great Creator, you might be found to be lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of that profound rejection and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be forts. But what strongholds can resist love? It is like water. It seeps into every available space and changes form to survive in every environmental condition. With unfailing intelligence, it creates life from steam to ice, rainfall, the river and ocean, rain descending into snowflakes, snow capping the peak, expressing itself with beauty and genius. It nestles under the earth and rises to the sky only to return to the earth again. It will erode blockages and prevail no matter how long the process takes. It carves the earth into shape and form. I nurture my yin flow, the water element. I love this. Where there is water, there is life. Such is the adaptable intelligence and persistence of water, just as is the power of love. So you are guided by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed the incredulity, and open up the mind Allow your imagination to be inspired as though you are a child in a great garden, hearing the breath of the earth in the wind-whipped leaves and the voices of the ancestors in birdsong. The universe wants something to happen for you, something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique divine destiny. Your mind will wonder if it's even possible. People around you will wonder the same thing, but your heart will burn for it to become real, to become more than a fantastic, improbable dream. You'll want it with all of your soul. You may not even be consciously aware as yet what this great desire is, but your heart knows. It holds the secret knowledge, and it will unveil when your mind can handle it. When your heart is much more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation, seeking to pour into your thirsty soul like the sweetest, purest waters of blessings. And the sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands lightly at your throat and say aloud with Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, as my witness. I now offer myself into the hands of the all-loving creative intelligence of this universe. I release all vows, intentions, or beliefs ever made, consciously or unconsciously, in this or any lifetime, that are based in doubt and fear, holding myself back from creative fruition of my soul upon the earth. I dedicate myself to love and accept this gift of grace that brings me into greater fulfillment now. May I be blessed so I can surrender resistance and accept what is coming to me now for what it is, a gift of love. So be it. Place your hands at your heart and focus on your breath for a moment or two as it flows in and out. And when you are ready, place your hands in prayer and bow your head to your hands. You have completed your sacred honoring ritual. So that is it for today. Follow your flow. Honor that. Yeah, there may be some resistance, but okay. What's work or earth without a little work? That's what we came for, right? All right, so with that, you can always book a reading, GaiaBlooming.com. The better it gets, and there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.